and welcome back to your irregular Latvian lesson. Today, a little less conversation and a little more action, by which I mean that we're going to be doing handcrafts. And more specifically, I'll show you how to make this traditional Latvian decoration called puzurs. Also by I'll teach you how to make it, I mean that I'll watch a video tutorial and translate it in English for you and demonstrate it today, hopefully. So, puzurs is a very old Latvian ornament. They were made before Latvians became Christianized and before Christmas trees even were invented. This is the basic form, and if you create this, you can then recreate it in multiple sizes and together assemble to make something like I'll show you in a picture. To make it, you need something that is like a tube. Traditionally, we use straws, but you can also make it from plastic tubes or metal tubes or whatever you want. And some yarn or some other type of string. I would suggest using some thicker yarn for the construction part and a skinnier thread for the hanging part, because normally it should hang from the ceiling. And as far as straw goes, you should, by tradition, collect it sometime in autumn when it has dried naturally in the fields, and then there's a whole process of preparing them. You have to make sure that they have no leaves, clean them and cut them in equal sizes. That's why this is a great alternative for traditional Christmas decorations, because this is very eco-friendly, except if you are like me and you don't go collect them yourselves and order them on Amazon, which is also an option. You get them in packages like this already prepared. I will not do it next year. To make the basic shape, you will need 12 equally sized pieces of straw and string long enough to get it through all of them. I prefer to use thicker ones, but it should be skinny enough to go through your straw without problems, or you need a really long needle. And if you cannot find a really long needle, I have a practical Latvian solution for you. You take 3 big needles and you scotch tape them together like that. Works like a charm. So now we will look at the video by Ausma Spalviņa, who is a master of making puzuri. She made a video tutorial. Unfortunately, it's only in Latvian, so I'll translate it for you. Okay, let's go, Ausma.
Ziegu var vērt uz lina, uz spolītes, jeb uz kura stipra diega. Uzveram 3 uz spīgaņus un viņus sasienam. Sasienam un veidojas mūsu pirmā dieva zīmīte.
So, the first step is to make what she calls the sign of the god, which is like a triangle. So, the puzurs is kind of like the Latvian version of a dreamcatcher. They're meant to chase away the bad spirits, and also they collect negative energy, so traditionally they are burned after a while. If you make them at Christmas, then you would burn them at Easter, because then they will have collected all the bad energy, and then just like the log in Christmas, you like to burn things. The only downside with my version of a needle is that you have to be extra careful when sliding it through your straw, because it is a little bit impractical. Okay, once you have your 3 pieces of straw like this, tie them together at the top. And then you get your God sign. Just like that. Okay, continue.
Uzveram vēl 2. Izveram, pieveram klāt un veidojam mezglu, lai mums neslīd prom, lai nostiprinās.
Next step, add 2 more. This is quite good for practicing your motor skills. I learned how to do it in primary school in Latvia because it is part of our curriculum. Only for the girls though, I think. Okay, so in Latvia we have this class in school which is called household studies, and it's, at least in my day, it was separated into boys and girls. So girls would do things like cooking, making puzuri and sewing and also ironing, and guys would go and do like workshop with wood. So once you have the 2 attached, you take your needle and you make a knot here in one of the corners. Yeah, I really highly suggest you pick out your own straws and not order them from Amazon, because this is hard with bad quality. Oh yeah, and also a funny story concerning Amazon. If you order these from Amazon, prepare to have them stuck in customs, which happened to me, and I really didn't understand why. I think it's because country laws make them check in the customs if you are importing any plants. Okay, so when you attach them, then it should look something like this. and continue.
Veram atkal divus. Un ievelkam klāt un atkal veidojās mums.
Okay, so she added 2 more. At first I thought that this was a Latvian traditional ornament, but it's not. It also exists at least in the Scandinavian countries, but maybe somewhere else too. So if you are really struggling with this tutorial, you can also find other tutorials on himmeli. That's the Finnish name for it. Okay, add 2 more and attach it again to a free corner. Yeah, and she says to take those which are broken or different and put them aside, which is quite sad, I think. But yeah, I think that's a reason why it's better to make your own straws and find your own straws and not buy them from Amazon, because mine are quite fragile. Okay, so now you are with this, and I think we have to add 1 more.
Ņemam atkal divus. Kas ir ieplīsis vai savādāks, to mēs liekam malā. Izskatās, viņš tā kā katrā ir savu dvēselīti un iznāk tā kā dvēseles ceļš.
Add 2 more and then also attach them to a free corner. Okay, so at this point you have 4 triangles going down and up and down and up, and she says it's like everyone has its own soul, and so this is like the road of the soul.
Tālāk mēs uzveram vienu, un šeit mums ir 2 un savienojam. Un savienojam mums veidojās jau piramīda, kas nāk uz leju, un mēs sazemējamies.
Okay, and so then this is a little bit of a more tricky part. So you take 1 and then you add it to the opposite free corner. Once you achieve this shape, she says that this is like a pyramid facing down, so which brings us closer to the earth. And then the next steps will be for us to create the sky. Because in fact the puzurs, some say that in the Latvian consciousness it symbolizes our understanding of the universe. So that's why it has the ground and the sky, and also like the experience and the wisdom that you receive. So it has a lot of symbolic power. Okay, let's crack on. Ausma, I'm gonna leave you here for now because I find it long. Ausma, thank you. We take 1 more piece and we attach it to the free corner over here. And if you're not careful and your knot becomes loose, then you should do it again because it's not gonna hold its shape. It's been a really long time since I made one of these since school. Before this year I never did it, but I think that it's quite a nice tradition to pick up for Christmas. So thanks to you, I'm doing it, and we'll probably do it next year as well. Once you attach the second to last, Ausma says that we get something that should look like a boat. So, and then the last thing to do is to take the last piece. Thank God you have had string long enough to support all 12 of your pieces, and then you attach it here where you started, and then you will have a completed crystal. And voila! Okay, and then just cut off the excess, and then the fun part. So now I have made 2, and the point is that you can make them together. So if you make more and more and more, eventually your decoration will become more and more sophisticated. So I will demonstrate, and voila! And then from each corner you can add more and more and more until you are happy with what you have. And then in the end you hang it somewhere from a ceiling. One important thing to know is that normally when puzuri are hanged, they are spinning all the time, and people have always believed that this is a sign that there will be a lot of good health. And if they are not spinning, it means usually that somebody will get sick or die. I know, it's very fun. Wise words from our ancestors. Because if you think about it, the puzurs not turning could be gods being angry and a sign of bad health, but it also could mean, and our ancestors knew it, that air is not circulating well in the house. So sometimes, in order to appease the gods and ensure good health, so that the puzurs is turning, all you need to do is open a window. Okay, that's the end of the tutorial. So, now you know how to make the Latvian Christmas decoration puzurs. If you decide to make one, send me a picture. I'd be happy to see how you get on with doing it. I should cut this. So remember, you need yarn, a needle, and 12 pieces of straw. And one reason why you need 12 pieces of straw is because, well, you need to make this shape, but also it symbolizes the 12 months of the year. So I think that this really is the perfect ornament to make at this time of the year where we are all happy to see the next one arrive. Alright everyone, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope that you will try to make it. Let me know if you like this kind of more practical approach to Latvian culture. And on that note, yeah, priecīgus Ziemassvētkus everyone. Hope you have a good one this year. Bye!